They should come like we used to do. We used to go voluntarily to an architect's office. Simply sit there. It is like the Rishi system. You sit, listen, if you gain something, fine. You don't gain something, you go. That Rishi system or the Gurukula system is the finest way of learning architecture. The present 5-year, 2-year, I think is rather sad. The Western system is not fit for the Indian way of looking at architecture. We look beyond time and space. We look at spirituality in a very big way. Not religion, spirituality. That is architecture. That should happen. It should become our spirit. Because, tell me, I'm just saying words. Engineering can solve the function problem, form problem, structure problem. But when you look at architecture, all the 19 or more disciplines that come and become architecture, it's the most undisciplined, disciplined profession in the world. Why? Very few people understand it. And when you look at it and say, what is this fellow doing, dreaming somewhere and then saying, he is the master of all this? When actually he is doing nothing. What am I doing? Sitting and talking, at the same time answering one client there, trying to look at something. Very few people understand this profession. It is not music, or it is not dance, it is not drama. It's everything. And it is not doing about high-tech materials or foundations or roofing or space. It's a composition of everything. It's only the limiting is the imagination and innovation. That's about it. Otherwise, you only become a draftsman. That's not what architecture is. It's a different world. How to take there depends on your journey. Here I'll give you a small example. I was walking down with a few students. As a thing, they're following me. Then we found a trail we were walking. Then the group became larger and larger and larger. After some time, why anybody was walking, I have no idea. I stopped walking, but the group continued to walk. I was standing back alone very happily at the back. And where is the group going? What is it following? We don't know. Maybe it has found a new leader or it is lost in its own. We don't know. What I find in that loneliness of walk, I found new things. It's a different world. But I was more amused watching all of them walk through. It happens in colleges where they don't know me at all. I go there, sit there. The students come, they have no idea, they keep shouting. Because I have this habit of sitting earlier than the person who invited me or something. He is looking for me, the students are looking for me. They keep shouting, somebody is coming, going to talk, we have to listen. It's nice to sit in the back and listen to all. Then the peon comes running around, sir, where are you? Then you get up, sir, I'm sitting here. Then then you discover architecture. But they have nothing to hide now, they have disclosed everything in their muttering, right? And you also know what they are looking for. That is very important. The innocence of it. When you look at the profession of architecture, sometimes you think it's one of the oldest professions, and very often when you start looking at it, it's a very new profession, or other than psychology and other few things, it's a very late profession. Not many people know about it, but psychologically it is there, or within the mind it has been there. After all, it deals with human behavior and creating the spaces for human behavior. Now, to bring a profession like this, like the Vastu chap, because he is the designer of space. Now, how does he charge? It's very difficult to tell somebody this is my fees. It's almost like a priest in a temple. He waits for literally, it's not with the begging, it's more a gift to the god. What are the fees the god can charge? He need not charge anything. But to survive or sustain, he has to do it. But you can't charge. This is what I've been always after. It's up to the client or the person who's using your services, who understands the depth of it. Then they or he will really reward you. But that percentage is very small. I've had this again and again. When I was overseas in the beginning, and I did a sheikh's house, I just finished a sketch and put it together, and I said, this is my fees, your house costs so many $1 million or something, this is my person. They looked at me and said, but you have been talking to me only for the last hour, you sketched it to me for one day, you said this. So he calculated, this is what you earn per month. He said, okay, 1 hour fees is what I'm paying. So you divided a month to 1 day, 1 hour, and he said, that's my fees, paid me some, not even 0.01%. And he said, I think I may even have to negotiate it and walked away. They don't understand the profound depth. It's like coal and diamond. Coal, you need tons. Diamond is one little thing, but how many people understand a diamond? That is the process. Architecture is a diamond. I have nothing against anybody coming, discussing, taking over, doing anything. I believe when you throw the seeds of a particular practice, it should be thrown all over. Some will grow well, some won't grow, some will flourish. But if I held it back within myself, it is not going to grow. I can't say this is mine. This is my idea. This is the way I think. You may change the idea depending on your soil. It may be bigger than what even I'm thinking of. It has happened with some practice. But the fact is, the profession of architecture, as I understand it, is a context of the contents of that time and space which can become timeless. We are not ever copying or following history or a particular culture. None of them define our practice. It's an international practice, or it's a global practice, or it's a world practice. It comes from the time and the space, not forced by any historical or cultural factors. It's only you. As you understand the client and the material and you express the ideas and thoughts. That's what makes it more than contemporary. That's why I don't even like to use the word sustainable. It's beyond sustainable. Till today, only the networks that were available for us was the social networks. And we are not very comfortable talking professional things on a social network. Therefore, I found your initiative in the professional network, and that too for a profession like architecture, which is a very unique profession. It is a very challenging and a very profound thing, and in fact I'd even add the word timely, because today's time and technology requires a way of communication. It is not easy to do physical communication anymore. And to talk to somebody professionally and understand with question and answers or doubts and clarifications. I'm very happy you have put it through and to bring the community together. I think yes, as you said, because of technology today and the media of communication, online would be a big plus factor. It will be big because it will help without wasting time or something. Really, what am I thinking if I opened a professional line in the morning itself? I know, okay, this group is thinking of this. Second I join, like that person called, can I come and meet you? Or can we have another gathering? It will be much simpler rather than going through a social media. The professional media will be a plus. I don't know about the money part. That comes afterwards by itself. That comes as a value. But the fact whether they can learn, whether they can earn from the learning psychologically or mentally, not necessarily physically, yes, it will help a lot. For us in the elder age, technology is not easy. Whereas the younger lot is looking at technology. What's happening today is they get lost in the technology. That should not happen. If that fusion can happen between art and technology and learning and process, automatically the earning process will also happen. SqrFactor should then, in a way, to dedicate a particular sector of it only for the group which we have. And those who are interested can be invited or can come and have a look. If they want to join, they can join. But it will be mainly for the group, which for over 50 years there will be thousands of young people who are still following it up. And it would be a plus factor. it will be a plus factor of the SqrFactor, which will help Fountainhead really dialogue, because we are looking at various times. Some of my elder architects, older ones, call me and say, "Sir, can we meet? Can we have a meeting? Can we just interact?" I think that's very crucial. I believe before I hang up my boots totally, something should happen.